Imagine getting your data from a Dataverse table with just using plain English language for communication with Microsoft Copilot Studio agent. No custom APIs, no code is needed. This is what I would like to show you in this video, how to set up a quick agent like this in Copilot Studio and how to manage some example prompts. Let's dive into it. So, the topic of this video is the Dataverse MCP connector in Microsoft Copilot Studio, why it matters, what it is and how to set it up, and at the end, as I mentioned, I will show you a quick demos with some example prompts. The big idea is to use the natural language for the data access. With that, the direct Dataverse access can be achieved. No custom development is needed. The implementation is very rapid. No code, no custom APIs. The key for that is the Model Context Protocol MCP. What it is. Imagine that you have Copilot as an AI client initiating a request. On the other side, you have the Dataverse, which is the external data store and also an API store. And with MCP, the Model Context Protocol, serving as a middleware, you are connecting these two, like when you are connecting your phone with a USB-C port to another device. This means that the MCP protocol translates the natural language communication request coming from Copilot Studio and receives the data or the answers or the manages actions in Dataverse using the API toolset of Dataverse. But with MCP, you don't need to build up these separate API calls. You just need to ask natural language questions from the Dataverse. Why these MCP connectors matter, and especially why the Dataverse MCP connector matters. In the old way, if you wanted to connect to the Dataverse, you needed custom API development, complex Power Automate flows, manual plugin creation maybe, and it was a kind of time-consuming setup. In the new MCP way, there are out-of-the-box connectors, not only for Dataverse, for example, for the email management as well, contact management and so on. The integration is simplified. I will show you how. It is very simple to set up an agent with an MCP connector now. Minimal or no code is needed, and you get faster time to value. The capabilities that are possible with the Dataverse MCP connector. You can list tables, you can discover what tables you get in your system, in the environment you are working in. You can describe the schema of a table. That means you get a description about the columns, data types within a Dataverse table. You can query records, you can read out data, read out records, and you can also create and update records. So not just read, but also write into the Dataverse. And no SQL or API calls are needed, just conversational comments. A quick note, in order to be able to test this, you need to set up a developer environment within your Microsoft account. With this you can test the Dataverse and you can create demos. If you want to use it in production, you need to choose a paid version for Dataverse. The setup steps in Copilot Studio. What needs to be mentioned that no SDK, no installers are needed. Just simply select an agent, you navigate to tools, you choose the MCP section, and from this you choose the Dataverse MCP and just simply add it to the agent. I would like to show this setup quickly in Microsoft Copilot Studio as well. Here I have now an empty agent. I mean no knowledge, no tools, no triggers, nothing is added to this agent. What you can do now, you are staying on the Overview tab or you move to the Tools tab. The Overview tab, you scroll down to the Tools section, you are choosing Add Tool. Here the Model Context Protocol tab and Dataverse MCP server should be chosen. Then you are just simply add it to the agent. It is added. One thing to check, the generative orchestration needs to be enabled. The orchestration, generative AI settings. In my case, is the generative orchestration is turned on. Deep reasoning is also turned on. I use the GPT-4 version as the model, and basically that's it. Your agent is set up. You can simply publish it, and then it will be ready for testing. It is published now. Let's jump to some examples. What you can achieve with the Dataverse MCP connector. Some basic data queries. The prompt is, for example, list tables in Dataverse. Please present only the first 25 table. With this, the expected output is a list with the names of the first 25 tables in the Dataverse. Let's test this out. If you go to the Copilot Studio, I'm turning on the activity mapping here on the test field. I'm just simply adding this prompt and waiting for the result. The MCP Dataverse MCP connector is activated, and I'm getting the list of the first 25 tables with their names from my Dataverse. Here they are. The next prompt we can test is for the schema description. Describe table account. What I'm expecting is are the details on columns, data types, and relationships for the account table. Here I can see that I have a Dataverse table named account. I'm just quickly asking this prompt. We mentioned describe table account, and now I'm waiting for the description of this table. Now the different columns and the different attributes, values of possible values of these tables are described. A more advanced query is adding row to an existing table. I have in Power Apps a table called tests, which has another name in the background, the Dataverse table name. It has the columns name, email, sales status, order amount, conversation, history. I have the following prompt now. Can you please add the new row to the CRE0F CRMSEC table with the following input? The name should be test name, email test@test.com, sales status quotation request, order amount 0.0, conversation history empty. What I'm expecting is a new row added to this table with these data. Let's move back to Copilot Studio, and I'm just simply adding this prompt here. MCP server is used for this as well, and the response is a new row has been successfully added to this table with the provided details, and record ID is the following. Let's move back to Power Apps, refresh this window, and now I see this new row with the data I'm added. So with this I wanted to show you that not reading out of information is possible, but also updating and adding new information, new rows into tables is possible. The security and governance. Basically, the Dataverse permissions are valid. It leverages the existing Dataverse security roles and policies. Least privilege access. The compliance ready, supports enterprise governance and compliance frameworks. Basically, the secure by design is valid here, so it is planned and built for with security from day one. Data integrity and privacy are paramount. Short recap for this video. So the MCP connectors are universal adapters, and they can be used for the connection to Dataverse as well. The setup is very quick, no code, no APIs, no custom builds are needed within Copilot Studio, and you can simply use a natural language to read, update, and describe data. So if you have any more case studies, any more requests, any more interesting business flows that would worth to create a video about, please leave a comment below, and also please subscribe and follow me for more Microsoft Copilot Studio business flow case studies.